I have officially joined the ranks of people who own an air fryer. Stats tell me that I'm in about the middle of a trend. I'm trendy, and I'm hooked on it. I'm Larry Fedoruk, and this is Later That Same Life. Each week in my podcast, different topics, discussions, or stories from our lives.
Season 15, Chapter 1.
My Air Fryer Era.
Yeah, I finally got an air fryer. Actually, that's it, air frying right now. Hold on a second. Yes, the fries are done. Just let them cool for a minute. I say I'm in the middle of the trend, and notice I'm not using the term fad, because like the microwave, I believe the air fryer is here to stay. Actually, it might even kill the microwave. But anyway, yeah, in the middle of a trend, because recent data says that about 2/3 of households in North America have at least one air fryer. That is a significant bump from even over the last couple of years. And the air fryer has become the 4th most popular cooking appliance in the kitchen, behind the stovetop, the microwave, and the conventional oven. For me, I may never use my stove or microwave ever again. I have an air fryer. I've had my air fryer for about a month now, and so far I've gone through 63 pounds of potatoes. You know what they say about the air fryers? You eat healthier. Seriously, though, the air fryer invention was born out of the idea of healthier French fries. That's no joke. I'm being serious right now. Back in 2005, Dutch inventor Fred van der Waals was asking himself the very French fry question. How can I make a delicious deep-fried tasting French fry without all that oil? Understand that we've been boiling food in oil for hundreds of years. It was one of the original methods of cooking, and it took about that long for someone to finally ask, is that good for us? Well, fried foods, especially deep-fried, can lead to obesity, clogged arteries, disease, heart attack. Yeah, but it's so delicious. Ah, yes, good point. It is delicious. What to do? Life shortening versus delicious. That's a tough one. You know, it used to be called lard, but then they called it shortening because the consumption means the shortening of your life. But ooh, the fries. Do you want fries with that? Is the Pope Catholic? Hey, sorry to bring religion into this, but, fries should be one of the sacraments. Anointing and fries. Both best when done with oil. Years ago at a fast food counter, I ordered only large fries and a Coke. And the person said, as she was trained to do, do you want fries with that? I stood there silently staring at her until she finally looked up at me from the cash register. Our gazes locked until it dawned on her what had just happened. And then I said, yes. Yes, I will have fries with my fries. True story. Do you want fries with that? The original upsell. Fried did begin to become a bad word. We still said fries, but fried itself meant unhealthy. Famously, Kentucky Fried Chicken changed their branding to KFC. They still boil their chicken, herbs, and spices in oil, but at least you wouldn't necessarily think fried every time if you just called it KFC. But back to our hero, Fred van der Waals, sitting there in the Netherlands, wondering how to get healthier French fries. So as you know, they could then put mayonnaise on it.
You know what they put on French fries in Holland instead of ketchup? What? Mayonnaise. I seen them do it, man. They f***ing drown them in this.
It's funny how some people balk at fries with mayonnaise. Ooh, what a combo. I always say to them, hey, you ever heard of potato salad? Because that is basically potatoes and mayonnaise. It can work together. Now, Fred, if you catch a glimpse of Fred, he looks like he could probably skip the odd French fry order here and there. But let's not judge. He works out the concept of a hot air convection system cooking the potato juliennes instead of the oil. Don't drown it in boiling oil. Drown it in incredibly hot air. Note, the concept of hot air convection was not new. It was actually originally a military application, going as far back as World War II, heating up food for the brave soldiers through the constant circulation of extremely hot air. Fred's challenge was how to contain this process into a counter-size appliance that would not burn down your house. By 2007, he had a prototype. A year later, he sold it to the electronics giant Philips. Philips introduced the first consumer air fryer in 2010. There were a few available before that, but 2010 and Philips are recognized as the big debut. 2017 is also noted as the year they really started to trend. Huge growth year in sales. In the 2020s, a full-on trend. Oh, Larry, you gotta get an air fryer. Initially, I bucked the trend. You know what? Just because it is trendy is the very reason I am not getting an air fryer. Eh? What do you think about that? I mean, I had survived the bread maker fad of the 1990s. Oh, Larry, you just gotta get a bread maker. Really? Why? Because have you seen aisle 2 of the grocery store? It's all bread. White, brown, wheat, rye, pumpernickel, pita, naan, bagels. I mean, there's 50 kinds. Yeah, but a bread maker. You throw in all the ingredients, set the timer, and in the morning you wake up to the smell of fresh baked bread. Oh, that's it? That's your entire pitch? No thanks. You know, when I wake up, I like my smells to be neutral. Plus now I gotta buy extra flour and eggs and whatever the hell else goes into bread. Then I have this appliance in my house. It's about the size of a window air conditioner. Just for the smell of bread in the morning? El Paso. Never had a bread maker. Never had a crock pot, slow cooker. Oh, Larry, you just gotta get a crock pot. You just throw in all the ingredients, set the timer, and come home at the end of the day to a ready-made hot meal. Yeah, gee, thanks. You know, I'm still full from the smelling all that bread in the morning. Besides, a crock pot is mostly all soups and stews. How many of those can I eat? Hey, you know what? Let me know when they come out with the Star Trek food replicator. I'll get one of those. Never had a crock pot, slow cooker, bread maker, electric pizza oven, waffle maker, coffee bean grinder, ice cream machine, multi-use food processor, ultra-powerful stand mixer, toaster oven, pressure cooker, fizzy soda machine, pasta maker, rice cooker, juicer, dehydrator, or George Foreman grill. Can you imagine if I did? Yes, this is my kitchen, and that's my kitchen's appliance storage room. And you know what happens with countertop appliances? They eliminate countertop. I'm pretty good with just the basics. I have a stove, which has an oven. I have a toaster, a coffee maker, and an electric kettle, and a microwave. The microwave is a large box which allows me to melt cheese easily. I do admit to one time owning an electric indoor open grill and also an electric griddle. Both of these can be described as an electric frying pan without sides or a lid. I had an electric wok. It was a gift. I actually enjoyed that until the element burnt out. I'd use it cooking for company, and if they came into the kitchen, I would just stare into it until they asked me what I was doing. And I would say, why, I'm taking a long pier into a short walk. That's what I would say. Oh yes, dinner at my place, always a laugh riot. Oh yeah, for a while I had an espresso machine, and I think I still have somewhere a popcorn maker. Oh, and of course I have an electric can opener. Can't expect me to use manual physical exertion just to enjoy a can of Alphagetti. So that's my small appliance inventory. Basically day-to-day stove, kettle, coffee maker, toaster. Microwave only if cheese is involved. Oh, you know, I just remembered. In my lifelong quest for quality homemade French fries, I did once buy a deep fryer. Hey, kids, we'll have fries every day, and, fried chicken, and I'll make donuts. And file that under seemed like a good idea at the time. It took like 4 or 5 liters of oil, which you could allegedly reuse because the whole device sealed tight. But you can only reuse oil how many times? Twice? Then you'd forget about it and not use the whole thing for about 2 months. Then you'd open it up to this quagmire of disgusting, rancid, used oil with potato bits. Had to call a hazmat team. Finally, one day, I just put the whole thing in a garbage bag, sealed oil and all, and walked it out to the curb. It lives today in a nearby landfill. I've also tried just filling a large frying pan with oil. Oh, the fries are good, but the whole thing is just a stovetop fire waiting to happen. And then again, you're left with the oil disposal. But despite all that, I'm not getting an air fryer. Forget it. I can cook, you know that? Not only can I cook, I enjoy the process. The cutting, the chopping, the mixing, the seasoning, the boiling, the steaming, the frying, the sautéing, the flipping, the glazing, the presentation, and of course, the eating. Why would I need an air fryer? Well, I hear they do make excellent French fries. There is that. I do enjoy the French fries. No mayo, ketchup. No vinegar, just ketchup. Love the ketchup. I always have a bottle of ketchup, and I have a backup bottle of ketchup. And when I use up the bottle, I go to the backup, and then as quickly as possible, I go out and buy another backup. That is my ketchup system. But fries at home. It's impossible making decent fries at home without boiling them in oil. Let's be honest, those frozen fries, they've never perfected them. Oven-roasted frozen fries. Oh, they've come close. They're decent. They're okay out of the oven until the next day you have the boiled in oil fries from the food court at the mall. And then you realize, oven fries. Yuck. Well, I'm not buying an entire appliance just to make French fries. Nope. I don't need an air fryer. Unfortunately, I am not immune to the persuasive methods of commercial mind control. All I did was a couple of searches for air fryers. You know how that works. A search or two, and suddenly all you are seeing is ads on your social pages. Hey, Larry, you gotta get an air fryer. This air fryer is just for you. Well, then my brother got one. So then I started to hear the stories of how they made delicious chicken and burgers and chops and, yes, French fries. We love our air fryer, he would say. Then one day I'm in Home Hardware. Have I told you about my relationship with Home Hardware? I love it. It's like a hardware store with a dollar store attached. At least mine is. Home Hardware, and I say this out of observation, I don't know their actual strategy, but I think they are marketing geniuses. You see, at a time, hardware stores went big box. Canadian Tire, Home Depot. As someone who lives in an apartment, going to Home Depot is intimidating. There's guys there with big trucks buying entire bathrooms. Enough power tools and lumber to add an entire room to their house. And then there's me.
Excuse me, I'm looking for a screw for a cupboard handle. Where would I find one of those? In aisle 4? All right, thanks. Just tell me, where in the 2-kilometer long part of aisle 4 would I... Oh, you're gonna show me? Okay, thank you. Yes, this is the one, but it's a bag of 12. I only need the one. Anyway, whereas Home Hardware are nice smaller stores located in neighborhoods with apartments and condos, mine is inside a mall. My Home Hardware has all the hardware goodies. But then suddenly they'll also have a big display of Ritz crackers for $1 a box. Oh look, a sale on Kit Kat bars, back scratchers. There's a bag of sponges for $2. I better get that. I go to my Home Hardware at the mall every couple of weeks just for a walk around. They get large shipments of crap. One time they had walls and walls all lined with these boxes. Thousands of battery-operated hands-free hand soap dispensers.
hands-free hand soap. Oh well, they were like $5. I didn't get one, but I sure thought about it. One time I did buy, at Home Hardware, a reversible rainproof winter jacket. $15. Still got it. Once I almost bought a hammock. Yeah, a hammock. On sale. Again, I live in an apartment. Love the Home Hardware. So as you may have guessed, one day I'm there, and what do they have on sale? Air fryers. This is a good price. Mind you, I don't need an air fryer, right? Any more than I need a hands-free soap dispenser or a hammock. I actually walked out of the store and went home without buying one. Next day I went back and bought one. It wasn't a big brand name that I recognize, Fire Hazarda, something like that. But they had some good reviews online. The short version, by the way, 2 weeks into this air fryer, it cacked. Home Hardware gave me a full refund, but I was already hooked on an air fryer. I needed an air fryer just for the French fries alone. I bought a better one on Amazon, and I am among the ranks of proud air fryer owners. My new one came with a picture of Fred van der Weij, which I hang in my kitchen. I place flowers around the base, and before every meal I light a candle in his honor. And again, Fred is Dutch, and in some ways this is technically the first ever Dutch oven. Because you know the thing we call a Dutch oven now? It's just a big pot with a lid. How is that an oven? I have made delicious French fries. You use the russet potatoes, by the way. They're the best. Partially peel them. I've also made sweet potato fries to die for. And I've made chicken, steak, and hamburgers, and asparagus, and beans, and carrots, and peppers, and bacon, and eggs, and even toast. I'm pretty much hooked on my air fryer. I found this woman on YouTube. Search Kathy, air fryer woman, Kathy with a K. She's got all kinds of hacks and tips and recipes. Oh, I'm into it.
So you bought an air fryer and you've got a new appliance, but you're not quite sure how to use it. So today I'm going to be sharing some basics on how to use an air fryer and a few do's and don'ts.
By the way, my air fryer is a 4-quart. I know that sounds huge if you don't have one, but 4-quart is about a good size for a single person, maybe even a couple. It doesn't mean I'm making 4 quarts of food for every meal. Interesting that Fred van der Weij and the company Philips are both based in the Netherlands, a metric country, yet air fryers come in 3-quart, 4-quart, 8-quart, all imperial measures. I guess they aimed right away at the major American market. For me personally, I think it takes up a lot of space on the counter, so I found a special place for it in the cupboard when I'm not using it. Actually, to make room, I threw out my old griddle and wok, both of which had burned out elements, but somehow I had kept them all these years. Oh, by the way, use cooking basket liners. They make them for almost every make and model, and it beats having to cut out parchment paper. You can cook without liners, but liners make the cleanup a lot easier. And of course, it's an air fryer, not a microwave. So you can even use tin foil without fear of a nuclear disaster. I mentioned at the beginning that 2/3 of households have at least one air fryer. As I said, I'm single, but I could see having a second one. 2 air fryers, one for the entree, then another to bake a cake. Can you bake a cake in an air fryer? The answer is yes. Anytime I Google, can you blank in an air fryer, the answer almost always comes out yes. It's called an air fryer, but basically it's a convection oven. Whatever you can make in an oven, you can pretty much make in this air fryer. Cake. Also French fries. First lesson I learned, how many delicious fries you can actually get from one good-sized potato. It's amazing. So leave as much peel as you like, julienne as evenly as possible, soak them in cold water for about 30 minutes, drain, pat dry, season, toss in a couple of teaspoons of oil, and fry for 20 minutes. Shake basket halfway through. Oh my gosh, what fries! And follow me for more recipes. Oh, and if you're like me and you still have a big bag of the frozen fries in the freezer, well, even the frozen fries come out better in an air fryer. And basically, any frozen foods that you previously had to throw on a cookie sheet and put in the oven at 420 for 18 minutes, air fryer. Like I said earlier, I have made other things besides fries. And again, I may not use my stove again. Also, for sale, cheap, like new cheese melting box. Hey, I really didn't mean to make this like an air fryer infomercial. I'm just an enthusiast. If you think about it, it really has transformed how we cook and eat. Well, so far about 2/3 of us anyway. It was $100 well spent. And I don't think they will go the way of the bread maker and the crock pot. I really think they are here to stay. So until the Armageddon happens, due to Trump's policies, and we're all forced to live off the grid and once again hunt wild boar with a spear and cook it over an open flame, I'll be sizzling my pork loin in my air fryer. Delicious. And I think that I want fries with that.
Later That Same Life is written, voiced, and produced by Larry Fedoruk. LarryFedoruk37@gmail.com. Subscribe to Larry's podcast YouTube channel. Get automatic notifications with each new episode.